Everyone. So we're already at episode 20. Technically it's 22, but episode 20 for the sake of count. This has been a great ride, and we've really got to know each other. It's pretty crazy. Two guys that were acquaintances get to sit down, have conversations, get to know each other because we notice different attributes in each other that we want. And us putting this together is just allowing us to be able to help people overcome the struggles that we went through. So there's one of the things that I really do believe that, our struggles are wasted if we just keep them to ourselves, because, if you suffer in silence, how can you help anybody else? And so, us sharing these different insights with you is the ability for us to help you shift your mindset to move forward in your life, your marriage, in general, parents, but every aspect of your life, because we all wear different hats throughout the course of our life, and we just want to be able to serve the people around us. So I hope you enjoy. Nestor's still in Colombia for this last day, and he's going to talk about the different things that they did out there. I don't think I've ever met anybody that went on vacation and started serving others. That's pretty cool. Going to the nursing homes and interacting with the community. I personally don't go off for resorts. We talked about that a little bit in this episode as well. And it's because I don't speak the languages where we go. But, he has the ability to do that and be able to serve those communities because, he's Colombian and he's in Colombia. It's pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you take the time to like, subscribe, comment on these videos. We want to keep on generating good content to be able to, help others overcome the struggles that we went through. So if you have a question, maybe looking for some answers on different life things, maybe some different perspective might be good. So drop it in the comments. We'd love to interact with you, talk with you, and figure out how we can help. Well, enjoy episode 20. Here you go. We said today hurts.
Yeah, today hurts. What's up, brother?
I like how my wife told me to get my tissue box off my desk so it wasn't in the camera, and then she leaves her steamer on my desk.
It's all right. It's okay. Oh boy.
So, no, today's gonna be a good chill day.
Today I drive back to Bogota. We're gonna drive back. We're gonna drive back tonight. Today during the day.
Okay.
And tomorrow might be difficult, but we'll see.
Tomorrow another travel day?
Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna be in the airport and I gotta be all that fun stuff. We're gonna have to play that one by ear to see how we're gonna do it. How was your day? Anything exciting happening yesterday? I don't even.
Yesterday we spent all day. Well, I think we left at, I don't know, I worked until I left. So I edited until we left and got stuff in the cloud. And then 10:30, and I cut the grass. Adult stuff. And then, we left and went to the Saunders House. And we hung out there for a while. And that was cool. Good to see him again. I haven't talked to him in a long time. He's doing well. Looks so freaking happy. So it's really cool to see that. And then I met another podcaster there and a Christian recording artist. So that was some good conversations. So, some cool people. Yeah. Then we came home and ate charcuterie and just were lazy, and I did some editing, and that's about it. It was good.
Yesterday was more of a saying goodbye to family day type deal.
Okay.
We had a huge lunch, I guess you could say it that way. There was a whole bunch of extended family from my wife's side, you know. They we had goat. We had goat, and it was awesome.
What was it?
I was surprised, yes.
Okay.
You know, because like I said before, you have to know how to prepare it.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife's grandma knows how to prepare it. It is insane. It
Nice.
was a special day. It was really nice. You know, everybody cried, you know. Oh my gosh. So we went to the nursing home, right? And this was beautiful.
Okay.
We dropped off the food, and then from there, you know, we had like snacks, like we brought cookies and little. Oh, it's great things for, you know, old diabetic people, you know. But it was so humbling
Mm.
to see their excitement just because you gave them a hug, just
Yeah.
because you gave them a cookie, just because you were there, because you paid attention to them. It was it, it was really nice. It was
Good.
yeah. What else? I see. Oh, so you know, I'm in aviation, you know, and so we went by the airport here, and because they have a physical airport, but everybody talks about, oh yeah, you know, the airport. And I'm like, where's the airport? I don't see anything. There's a building, and there's a road where, you know, like little fucking Cessnas, you know, little prop planes arriving. Now it's got a lot of potential. It's got a lot of potential. The road is about a kilometer long. Um, the way it sits now is very limited to the type of airplane that can land. But it's there. It's not really controlled by anything, not really manned. There's no service. There's no like continuous service. It's just basically there just in case somebody needs to come in and buy by
Oh, wow.
airplane. There's a lot of potential of growth because like to drive to let's say to where like the next major cities around, it's like 6 hours.
Mm.
Okay, so let's say they go or fuck, I forgot the name of it, but it's like a 6 hour drive to like a couple cities around here. And then my drive from Bogota was like an 8 hour drive, you know, so it's like pretty much, but it's only 30 minutes in flight, 45 minutes tops. Danny, it's crazy. I'm telling you. It's like, you know, because it's just the mountains, the roads, all of it, you know, where the top speed is 45, 50 kilometers, you know, which turns out to be 30 miles an hour, you know. Um, and when you're passing somebody that's going like a turtle, and then there's a line of cars, and you're like literally, you know how you're not supposed to pass on double lines or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going anyway, you know, because if not, you're gonna stay behind these fucking guys that are creeping up these mountains. You know, coming down is also, you know, it's a little trickier. It's of course you don't want to get run out of brakes. You know all about that one.
Yeah.
You know, And the majority of the cars here are all standard. There's really no automatics. So everybody's fucking with their clutch. You know, we're all driving with our clutches. Now, I'm fortunate though. My father-in-law, his car is mechanic manual. I know how to drive it because we have one. My son's car is a standard. You know, I bought it specifically for that reason. Everybody needs to know how to drive a standard. Yeah. Oh yeah. I taught my son how to drive standard. My wife how to drive a standard. Everybody knows how to drive a standard. My daughter. You know, you gotta have options. What good does it do if you don't have options?
Right.
You know. But what else? What did we do? That's about it, dude. Honestly, yesterday after you spent time with the old people. Oh, today I gotta go back. So like yesterday. So yesterday was Sunday. I guess today is Monday. Yesterday everything was closed, you know, literally. And like when we were there was a lady who like came up to me and she's like, "Oh, thank you so much. Do you have a couple bucks?" And I was like, "No, I'm sorry, I have no money, but I got cookies." She goes, "I need new shoes. These hurt my feet." And I'm looking at her shoes and I'm like, I could see why they hurt their feet. You know what I mean?
No, really.
Like, yeah, they're like dress shoes. And you can tell that they're stiff, you know? And she goes, "Can I have some like white rubber sole cloth shoes? Like Converse."
Like some Chucks.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, "You know what? Sure. What size?" She told me her size. I'm a size 6. And I was like, "Okay, I promise you I'll go." She's like, "Oh, thank you." She gave me a hug and, you know, and my wife turns around and she's like, "All right, we're going to go find her shoes." I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." Everything was closed. Everything is closed. And then, of course, um, we went to to the lunch right after the meal. I'm sorry. Right after the meal, I was out. I passed out.
Nice.
It was so filling that I just passed out. And my wife woke me up. She goes, "Hey, we gotta go." I'm like, "All right, cool. Hey, where are we going?" She goes, "Let's go find the shoes." I'm like, "That's right. Let's go find shoes." So we drove around. Didn't find anything like really open. I know we found a couple of pharmacies that we needed to buy some things like inhalers and shit. Like they say they sell inhalers for asthma here over the counter. Over there, you need a prescription. You know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of reverse psychology in this fucking in this whole thing. It's like a lot of things that are in the U.S. Example: I went to the eye doctor here, right? I went to the eye doctor to get my glasses, my reading. I had a set of glasses that are good for everything. Like, but I don't need them to see far away. I only need these glasses from when I'm editing videos or I'm on the computer or I'm doing paperwork or I'm here or I'm looking at something or I'm working and I'm looking at something really tiny. That's about it. That's the only time I really need my glasses. I can see amazingly far away.
No.
And but I enjoyed having them on all the time. So when I did that, I told her, I was like, "All right, I'm going to get a couple pairs." And, well, honestly, hold on. 2? I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, my wife's looking for her phone. I don't know. Anyways, so and she asked me, she goes, she would look, take a picture of my eyes, and she's like, "You use drops?" And I'm like, "Yeah, once in a while."
Move your camera.
What's wrong with my camera?
It's your lighting was wrong.
Oh, thanks. Hold on. Well, let's try this.
That's better.
Wait, let me turn this light on. Maybe that helps. See if that works. Yeah, that light, I guess, helps a little bit more.
Yeah, that does help.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm tired today.
I get it.
Anyway, huh? No. Wait, Neki, maybe? All right, let me see if I can use my computer to find hers. Ya lo voy a timbrar, dame un segundo. All right, let's see. Hold on for a second. FaceTime. FaceTime, delete, new FaceTime. FaceTime. Ahí está marcando. Your iPhone is not configured to allow calls using this Mac. Oh shit, I can't make a phone call. Ahorita lo busco. Sorry.
You guys need Apple Watches.
I had those. We had Apple Watches, and
I can page my phone for my watch.
Yeah,
So
we had Apple Watches, and I don't know. I'm just no.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's like, especially when what I was doing, I cracked the screen on mine and never fixed it. It's still there in my drawer.
Yeah, I've on my third one.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I've cracked it a couple times, and the second time that I cracked it, I was like, I'm not fixing it.
Yeah,
especially because they change every fucking year again, right? So one thing,
it's like fun.
It's if you're not updating and then they make the other ones obsolete. I don't understand how people here, for example, there's still iPhone 8s being used.
I had my 6 Plus until I got the freaking like 14. Maybe like it might have been the 10. It was the X. It was the XR. So I had it for 4 generations, and they're like, "You upgrade your phone." I was like, "It still works." I was like, "I'm not." It's a. You guys charged me $800 for this phone. I paid for it straight up. I'm not getting another phone until I have to. Like, absolutely not. Oh, I don't care.
They don't, and it doesn't help that they change all the fucking software and everything all the time, filling up your fucking memory, buying more data, buying more storage space, and you're making your phone a lot slower. All these apps now, like, oh, we need this app. And you start using the app and it kills your fucking memory and slows down your phone.
And some of it's like immediate. You put the app on there and you can like
gone.
And it's like, oh yeah, all right. So let's see if we can erase every trace of this off the phone now because it sucks.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, I was at the eye doctor and she's like, you use drops. And I said, yeah. I gave her the drops. And she's like, I don't like these. I'm like, why? They're expensive. It's like $20 for fucking eye drops, but they sell them at Costco. Buy 2 for $27. You know what I mean? It's like, oh shit, it's cheap. Let's go to Costco. You buy them on Amazon. They're like $20. And then she's like, yeah, I don't know. There's something about these that I don't like. Can I hold on to them? I'm like, sure. So she kept them. Her sister is a doctor, an actual eye doctor. So this lady here owns the eyeglass clinic. She's a technician. She's the everything. Her sister is the actual physical MD. she's the one that performs whatever other shit in the eye. So she went to her and it's like, hey, I got these drops, They're like, oh, those are for glaucoma. I'm like, okay. Oh, I don't have glaucoma, but it's all right. She goes, don't use them. And I'm like, why? Don't use them. I said, they sell these things over the counter. I need to know why. She goes, these aren't good for your eyes. You need these. And I looked at them and they were just regular lubricating tears that you can use 100 times a day. No problem. He goes, this shit is a drug. These aren't. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I noticed that here you can buy fucking asthma thing over the counter, no problem. Isn't that a drug? It's a steroid, right?
Albuterol. Yeah.
It's a fucking steroid. Yeah. It opens up your lungs.
Expensive. It's not cheap.
Here, it's one thing. I bought it for $10.
You said $10?
I think so. Wait, 10 is 40. $5. $5. No, something like that, like $7. An inhaler, $10. How much is it over there?
Albuterol cost without insurance. Box of 2 is $47.99. It's not that expensive. $25. It's still cheaper there than it is here. And
over the counter, no, with no, you don't have to call your doctor and get your prescription refilled, and then So every time you're down there,
that's with insurance. Without insurance, and albuterol and Helicon cost $98 for 8.5 grams. About 90 cents per dose.
Isn't that nuts?
It's disgusting.
It is. It is. There's a lot of things that are overlooked, but then again, it's the cost of freedom, right? It really is. You have to be a consumer to live in the States. The problem is that when you're not a consumer, society in itself looks at you and you're kind of like an outcast. You got to live somewhere in the middle. My wife, we had a little discussion the other day, and she's like, because I told her, I was like, I can stay here. She goes, you can stay anywhere. I'm like, yeah. Why can't you just stay home? And I'm like, and I said to her, I said, because home costs $10,000 a month. That's like our baseline. Here, I can live on $500 a month. I saw an apartment, and now that I figured out the internet thing,
just got to get up early.
You just got to get up, which it's not a problem. Just go to bed, normal, whatever. So, if you look at the difference, it's like night and day. But what am I giving up? What am I giving up? So you're giving up security, number one. I could get mugged walking out this here, get hit by a car. There's motorcycles, cars, all intertwined. Got to be careful when you drive. Got to be careful when you walk. Got to be careful with everything. I could get mugged. Although this little town seems pretty safe, but you never know. You never know. I mean, there's still people here, no lie, that walk around or ride their bicycles with a machete. fucking big old machete. And they use it for work, but they use it for self-defense too. And they will have no problem cutting your fucking arm off. They're gonna cut that. Yes.
Love it.
Now, this is a society of alcoholics. Everybody drinks, right? Everybody drinks. I'm like strange that everybody's like, hey, you don't have a beer. I'm like, thank you. And I'll receive it, but it'll stay there for a little bit. I'll probably sip on it. You know, I'm not a big drinker.
No.
You know? I'm not a big drinker. But it's everybody's like, oh, here, have another beer, have another beer. Everywhere. You know, doesn't matter what it is. You know, that game that we were playing, I told you about the bowling, you know, it's a drinking game. That's all it is. You know, you're sober when you start and you're fucking crawling when you get out. Oh, did I tell you about that one? I saw a guy, I'd never seen that before. I actually saw my first time. I saw a grown man crawling on dirt floors because he was drunk. Crawling.
Wow.
I'd never seen that in person. When I was driving back up here, when I was driving here, it was nighttime and I'm doing these turns. And as I came around this turn and my headlights just stopped the car right mid-turn, I'm like, dude, look at that guy. He was on all fours, like trying not to fall. He was shaking. And his eyes were like here. He wasn't having a time.
I was like, what else was he doing besides drinking?
No, that's it. That's the other thing. Nobody smokes weed. When I say nobody, it's like some of the kids or whatever it is, like it's extremely no. Like you would be surprised how, well, for example, marijuana it is like, oh no, that's taboo. No. Oh no. You know, it's looked upon really bad. Well, over there or whatever, it's starting to be open for everything. It's everybody here is Catholic. Yesterday there's still church bells here. That's awesome. I like that. I like church bells. I'm not religious, but I like church bells. I enjoy them. I really do. I enjoy the vibration that the bells give you, and there's a significance behind the bells. You know, they got rid of them in the States, all of them.
Yeah, people complain.
I think it's more of people would complain about, you know, noise, but there's more behind it, I think. Because the vibration, yes, if you look at it and if you start doing a research, the vibration of the bells, you know, the different hertz that it produces, there's healing frequencies within these bells. Our bodies absorbs these vibrations, and then it's been proven that certain vibrations kill off malignant cells in your body.
Really?
There was a gentleman who invented a cancer thing. And I don't know what happened to him, but he died. You know, Big Pharma killed him. There's no proof, but, you know, there's rumors. Yeah. So I enjoy the bells. I enjoy the different vibrations and all that stuff. I like it. What else? What else is like taboo around here? Oh my God. I don't eat, right? So I'm weird. I'm the weird guy. I don't drink. I don't eat. I don't do what the masses do. So I'm looked at. Oh, plus, I'm a fucking hippie. Got long hair, earrings, tattoos, and well, I wear sandals here once in a while, but because it is a little colder. But I'm not like that strange guy, that strange American kid,
Yeah. No, I heard something very recently. It was, gosh, normal people get normal results. You being weird is a good thing. They're different than everybody else. It's a phenomenal thing because you're you're not gonna people that don't want to fit in, that don't try to fit in, don't have the average results that everybody else gets because they have a different mentality. And I had never heard of that before. Never thought about it. I was listening to Mosey and Chris Williamson,
mm-hmm.
and they were talking about it, and they're like, it's mind-boggling that people don't understand this. It's like, you being that outlier or that weirdo is like a great thing. It's like, it was like, crowd goes wow, love it. Well, you're not supposed to be like everybody else unless you want to be like everybody else.
Yeah, I guess we're innovators, changers, whatever. What else? Let me see. I learned to appreciate. Oh, we talked about toilet paper, right?
Mm-hmm.
I learned. Talked about napkins. Talked about fucking paper towels. Things that we take for granted in the States. I've learned to appreciate. It's all in the little details, I guess.
No.
Because you're eating in a restaurant or anywhere you go, and they give you a square. A square. You get your napkins, right? You open up your napkins. You know how they're folded in like fours?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here they will cut 4 napkins out of one, and they will turn it into a little triangle, right? They'll turn it into a little triangle, and they'll give you a triangle. Here you go. They'll fold it so that way it's double. Yeah. So you take your square, turn it into a triangle. Now it's double. Now you can use that. And I'm like, I can't. I'm still covered in shit, And then I look at everybody else, and I was like, okay, see. There's stations to wash your hands everywhere.
Mm.
Everywhere you go, there's always a place that you can wash your hands. That's good. They're very protective. Everybody very conscious of the water consumption, even though we're in the mountains and they had natural springs here, and it's like drinking crystalline, fresh. Doesn't matter. They conserve their water. I assume there's certain places that, of course, that probably pollution or whatever, but they're more self-conscious of the ecosystem, which is amazing. Wildlife, they're very conscious of the wildlife because they learned to. I mean, gotta remember, dude, this is rural mountainous area. Now if we were up in the States, this would be like fucking ding 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 ding. I'm glad you understood that one. So
love the mountain towns,
right? This is different. The people are different. They're, even in the big cities, I guess, like Bogota. Everywhere you go, it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you? I've never seen these people before in my fucking life. I'm just walking down the street and smiles in their face. They looking at you in the eyes, waiting for you to acknowledge them. Good morning. Hi, good morning. How are you? Wow. While in the States, you're like, don't talk to me. What else? What else? The average person you know, 60, 70, $80,000 a year is a fucking, we don't understand how our lives in the States, we are actors. We are like dreams for these people. Our lives, like kids look at us with the shit that we have. I mean, I'm sitting here in front of my fucking, with a fucking MacBook, another $2,000 fucking laptop, my journal, my electric journal, right? You're lucky if they have a 15-year-old laptop here.
Hmm.
And they enjoy it and they love it and they protect it and they take care of it. Yeah, it's very humbling. It really is. It brings you down to earth. Like, you know, oh my God, I'm going to send you a picture. Actually, I'm going to do it right now. Hold on, watch this. You're gonna crap. You're gonna laugh, but it's actually quite humbling. It's a picture of that I took. I didn't take this picture. I took it for a specific reason. I didn't take it to make fun of the kid. I'm not that person. I took it because wow, this is a perfect example of society here. So I took a picture of a young man's shoes. Okay.
Okay.
Send. Let's see if you get it. Yep, delivered. You got it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Louis Vuitton with the Nike check mark, huh?
Yeah. So there's a shoe factory here that doesn't have a fucking name, and they'll just throw any logo that appears to be American so that they would sell their shoes.
No
So they
kidding.
use the Nike check mark with a Louis Vuitton name. I thought that was ingenious. And you know they're like $3 shoes,
Mm.
you know? But he was sporting them like they were the best pair of fucking shoes he had.
Mm.
He loved them. And that alone deserves respect and admiration. Doesn't fucking matter. And that was very humbling. These people look at us, you know, a watch, pair of shoes, shit that we take for granted. Literally. A napkin, toilet paper. Don't flush toilet paper down here. Don't flush it. You have to put it into a garbage pan. You wipe your ass with all that fucking nice gunky shit. You put it into your garbage can.
No
and
kidding.
then you throw it away. Why? Because it either septic tanks, that makes sense, or they just don't want to clog up
The sewer
they're,
system.
they're afraid to clog up the sewer systems. Yeah.
Mm.
You know? Wow. Okay. You know, that means what? That there's a lack of, I don't know, there must be something different, that maybe our piping in the States is thicker. Maybe we have more pressure. Maybe we're just used to, I don't know.
It's like that
I
in
know that.
Mexico too. And like the cities in Mexico and not the resorts, you don't flush toilet paper down the
Yep.
drain there.
Yep. Yep. That's true. That's true. What else can I say quickly? Oh, I already told you about 15 kids playing marbles, right?
Yeah. Kids outside playing marbles.
Not one iPad.
Yeah.
Oh my God. My the eye doctor that I went to here, right? The optometrist. Her iPad is probably 9 years old.
So she's got this one right here, then, which is dope. Because my mom was going to throw this one away. When she was throwing away, she wasn't going to use it. But she upgrades every time they upgrade. And that's when I started doing the t-shirt design. I was working on logos and stuff like that. And he was like, would iPad help you? I was like, I'm sure it'd be easier than do it on my phone. It works. It lets me check the stats in the store. It serves its purpose.
It serves the purpose.
Right.
You know, I've never seen kids in the States play marbles. And if you ask a fucking 5-year-old child if he knows how to play marbles, he doesn't. In the States, he doesn't even know what a marble is. We live in a fantasy. We do. Our lives are fantasies. Our lives, when we travel, I notice that we are looked upon as, I hate to say it like this, I don't want to say like artists, we're rich, like it's insane. And we are so far from that. You know that. I mean, we're regular, average fucking folk. Which is, decent jobs, I guess. But no, you can't. I mean, they can't imagine when the cost of daily manual labor here is, let's say you get paid very well as a manual labor. Let's say you get paid, let me see here, 100. Yeah. Okay. So let's say, I'd say maybe about $500 a month. Extremely well paid. Extremely well paid. You can have a housekeeper here for $5 a day.
For $5 a day.
And she, with that $5, she can, hold on. Yeah, you can have a live-in housekeeper for $5 a day, and she will work 6 days a week, and you give her off one day. Live-in housekeeper for $5 a day, easily.
So I need to find somebody down there to do my video editing.
I've been looking.
Yeah,
I've been looking, but now the majority of these people, they're starting to understand and realize that this is the beauty about the internet. Listen to me, I'm telling you. In the States, we really don't understand how close or how easy it could be to change your life. You just need time, right? So if you have a job, everybody says, work hard. No, Marika, you can't get rich and you can't make money by working hard because you're focused on work. You need to focus on other avenues and other things. You need to open up your mind and have choices in them. And so the reason I said that is because the internet, let's just say, how easy it is to me go into it, open up an Etsy store, create a t-shirt. I could make a fucking t-shirt about anything, airplanes, your shop, and you can make
what I did.
$200 to $300 a month, and you can live. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I tell you about the apartment that I found? A 3-bedroom, 2-bath, apartment for $125. Utilities, water, electricity, and internet is $10 a month. What the fuck are we doing? Why is the cost of the same service so much different, so much more? Right? Because the more I travel, and I travel quite a bit, the more I travel, the more I see the world, the more I told my kids, I'm like, I want you, I even told my son, told my daughter, like my daughter's, she's starting college, and I told her, I was like, if you want to take some time off and go find yourself, I have no problem with that. She's like, huh? I'm like, yeah. I said, I really want my daughter to go and travel Europe with a backpack. I said, you can go to school online and you can travel because you only need a couple hours a day, right? So she can become full-time students. It's 2 classes online. That's all they require to be full-time. 2 classes online. 2 classes is 2 hours, maybe 3 online. Let's say 4. So the first 4 hours of your day, let's say you're done by 10 o'clock in the morning, you have the rest of the day to go, walk, enjoy, live. And I told my daughter, I was like, if you do that and you travel, that's $1,000 a month, right? So because of her scholarships and everything, blah, 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 I said, I could, and plus all the money back that she can get. I mean, we're Florida residents, right? So the FAFSA alone is what is it, $10,000, $11,000 that they get? One lump check, here you go, plus all the other stuff. I was like, baby, you have like $1,500 a month that you can use to live just going to school online. I said, I could probably throw in an extra 500, 600, 700, maybe a great month, another $1,000, into your pool. That's $2,000 a month. I said, you can live anywhere in the world and travel and walk and learn. I mean, my daughter's an artist. What inspires artists?
Yeah.
Life. You have to go out and live. You have to go out and experience. Dude, we live in a fucking society that is so tight and we hate each other. We don't talk to our neighbors. It's funny how we rent our home and our neighbors don't want us to leave. When I say our neighbors, our front neighbor, the lady in front of my house, I love her to death. She's an amazing woman, elderly. I help them once in a while. She'll knock on my door at 3 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning when something happens, and I go out and help her. Her husband falls once in a while, and I got to go pick the man up. I'll take my son with me or whatever, and he's a big boy. We'll pick him up, put him back on his couch. He'll hug us, kiss you, thank you so much, and then we're back on our way. And I know it's hard sometimes. But whatever. But the neighbor next door, they don't talk to anybody else but us. The neighbor on the other side, they don't like the neighbor in front or the neighbor or the side neighbor. And the other neighbor on across the street, we talk to them, and this one talks to this one, but doesn't talk to that one. We talk to everybody in our neighborhood, in our block. We kind of live, it's not a cul-de-sac, but we live in whatever. There's a lot of houses, and everybody knows us, and they know us when we walk around the neighborhood, because our cat follows us when we walk the dogs. So they remember, like, hey, any kitties with you? No kitties today. Okay, cool. So they'll let go of their dogs and they play. Because the cats are there, they'll chase the cats. And everybody talks to us, and they know who we are. And they don't want us to leave, but they hate each other, which is funny. It's because they don't. It's all like tend to stick to ourselves and not really focus on anybody else's. Here, it's the opposite. Hi, neighbor. How can I help you? They depend on each other. You can go to the local store, and there's stores. There's 3 stores in every block, family owned. Like they live upstairs type deal. They'll come downstairs. You need photocopies done. You don't need you don't have to go out and buy a $200 printer. But if you do, so now you can tell your everybody downstairs or your neighbors, hey guys, I got a brand new printer. If you guys need something printed, it's like 5 cents a sheet. Okay. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So they don't have, so that they take care of themselves. They take care of their neighbors. Everybody, you charge for your services, well, I need a photocopy. All right. Fucking 2 cents, 3 cents, whatever it could be. Because it costs them money, of course. And you don't have it. So it's a service. But you're not gouging them either. I went to Office Depot. I had somebody go to Office Depot the other day when I was doing an inspection on an airplane in Tampa. And I had to submit a package PDF, turn it into PDF and submit it to my customer email. And it was almost a ream of paper, dude. It's like 300-400 pages. And they got scanned, everything. It was $135 just for that scanning service that they didn't do. We did it. It was somebody that we pay hourly to stand there and scan every fucking page. Well, we may say, oh, that's outrageous, $125. Yeah, but it's still a service. And that's the point that I'm trying to make here. Here, you can be a normal, everyday Joe, and have something decent, and you can share it with your neighbors, but you're going to get charged for it. Here, for example, how many pairs of shoes do you have that you don't wear?
That I don't wear?
Yeah.
There's probably a decent amount because I have dress shoes that I wear for suits. But how often do I wear suits? Well, so there's 3 there, 4 there. All the other ones I do wear. About 4 pair of shoes.
And I'll bet you there's shoes in there that you're never going to wear again, that you're going to either throw away or just say fuck it, right?
Oh no, they get donated.
They get donated. That's what I'm saying. You give them away. Okay.
Yeah.
They don't donate shit here. They will literally sell you a pair of shoes that they wore for 3 years. And as long as you have a little bit of soul left, everybody here is a salesperson. Not one everybody is listen, the importance of sales is outrageous. But everybody here will tell you how amazing the product is. Listen, I've used these for great example. So these are Apple Pro AirPods, right? Great. There you go. Apple Pro AirPods. So here, I hate these things. I really do. Apple, one of the worst things they could have ever done were they hate them. They were expensive, and I've already changed them at least 7-8 times, because they realized they were under warranty and had the Apple Care. And for the 3 years that I had Apple Care, they got replaced. Everything got replaced at least twice, except the case. But the AirPods. Okay. So here, I just carry them on. I'm probably going to throw them away or something, or I don't know. I'm just saying. I barely use them. These are like my backup. Here, they would clean them, make it look nice, and they will get sold because they're Apple, because they're American, because they're original. I could probably sell these for $150. used. They have about a 5-year supply of earwax in them. Here, like I said, they take pride in everything they have. They take pride in everything they do. They don't overcharge. If I tell somebody that I have a 4-hour minimum, so example, I go service oxygen on an airplane and I have a 4-hour minimum, I'm going to make about $500.
Okay.
That's insane to them because it took you 10 minutes and you're gouging. Over there, it's like the price of business. It is where it is. Here, they'll just charge you what the oxygen cost is because the manual labor is so minute. It's looked upon like, it's no big deal. It's like, oh, it's my pleasure. Just pay for my oxygen. Okay. So they literally will say, okay, how much oxygen is told you, how much PSI. They'll figure out a way to say it's only like, $10 of oxygen. You know what I mean? Something like that. It's just an example. People love to help if you ask. Yeah, it's different. It's different. Our way of life in the States is and then I don't know. I encourage people to travel, man. It's just, but don't be the fucking Americans. I go to Cancun all the time, but we never leave the resort. It's so dangerous out there. Those people go out there and mingle, motherfucker.
I don't leave the resort.
Oh,
I never leave the resort simply because when we went to the DR, this happened in the DR and in Mexico. Is when we got to the resort, they're like, "You don't leave, and you don't leave," and they pointed at my wife and they pointed at me, and they're like, "You're in shape. They'll harvest your organs and they'll sell her to the sex traffickers." And so ever since then, I've never even attempted to leave the resort when I go to those places. Well, that's the DR and that's Mexico. So maybe some other place, Costa Rica, I don't know. But I don't know. I don't really feel like having to fight somebody to try and keep my orders, bro. So I don't leave the resort.
I think okay, so this is an actual fight. My wife and I, we actually truly argue and we fight and we'll tell each other, when their next death match is when we travel, because my wife is a very beautiful woman and she calls out attention wherever she goes. And she doesn't care. She will walk and she will mingle with anybody and everybody. She will sit down on the street and she will pet a dog and a cat and decide to sit down there in the middle, and she will deflee a cat or a dog and she will talk to the kids, and she's just that person. You know what I mean?
No.
And everybody looks at her and everybody is, and I'm the one in the background going, whoa. Right? And then when she disappears on me, I'll fucking yell and I'm like, don't just, or I'm walking and then she'll just stop and I'm like, well, where'd she go? Well, she'll go into a store or she'll do something. Don't leave me. Yes, I understand you, Dan, but if you don't, you're missing out. Life is so much more than just worrying about getting your fucking organs harvested. You know what?
No.
I've learned to understand. Number one, yes, don't expose yourself. Of course, don't expose yourself to any harm. But if you don't, you're going to live a secluded life, and you're not going to have the actual full experience.
Yeah, I was looking at Finish your thought. I'll come offline and say what I'm looking at.
I'm sorry. Where was I? You told me to wait, and then I went to talk to my wife. Oh, yes. So I changed my way of thought to where, of course, I'm not going to expose myself to bodily harm, or I'm not going to,
Right.
but I'm not going to live a fearful life either. I'm not going to stop doing something because I may get hurt, or I may, so like I may die. I may lose an organ. I may lose a kidney. I may lose an eye. I may, there's a lot of room of that nothing may happen. There is just, you know what I mean? So don't expose yourself means be aware of your surroundings. Dude, you're a fit motherfucker, dude. People would think twice before trying to attack you. You see what I'm saying? So this is something else. I'm just an average guy, but I notice other people like, oh, you work out. I'm like, no. You know what I mean? It's just we don't really perceive ourselves. We don't really look at ourselves as, you know what I mean? It's really hard. We don't have a mirror. We don't know what we look like or how other people perceive us. All we have is our own little perception and little things, and that's our own little cage. We have our own cage. We have our own boundaries. So, with all due respect, you're full of shit, dude. Because if you're gonna die, dude, you're gonna die. It doesn't matter. It's your time.
Yeah, I get that, but I'm full of shit because I don't go off the resort. That's
enjoy it. Like I wasn't trying to be offensive. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's pretty
intense. It's like it's more of the what's the point? What's the fucking point? We have family members that go to Mexico twice a year. Like, oh yeah, we go to Cancun all the time. Great, congratulations. What did you see? Oh, we don't leave the compound. But you speak the language. We don't leave the compound. But you speak the language. We don't leave the compound. So stay home. What's the point? Oh, because it's an all-inclusive. Dude, we go to these all-inclusives just because of the price, but we never eat there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, dude, I smash food. I never, but that is like, we went to, what was it? The cruise ship stopped in Grand Cayman and it stopped in Jamaica. And that's when you actually got to hit the local food. And that was cool. But
yeah, cruise ships.
Never thought about doing that when you go to an all-inclusive to leave the resort and go look at the little crappy town that you drove through to get there. It's like all the little shops and the bodegas or whatever that you it was like when we went to, was that Cancun? I don't think that was Cancun. It was like Playa del Carmen is where we were at.
Okay, that area. It's farther down.
But yeah, we drove through so many towns, little bitty towns from the airport to there. But that was it's also a place where I only got to see the resort for like 2 days, and then I got quarantined. So that was just a shitty trip. Well,
now that you say something like that, I understand the Cancun area. I really do, because we have a little, I don't know, it's like a timeshare, I guess, that we have down there. Okay. And so I know the roads, and the reason we did that was because it's only a $200 fucking airplane ticket to go to Cancun. So my wife, it was like for a $500 weekend, I can go to Mexico and back and not spend any money. You know what I mean? It's like, it's really nothing. Well, to us. To other people, it's a month's salary, but you know what I mean? And that also opens up a perspective that, can you imagine the people that really have wealth, the true rich, those true elites? I mean, dude, the United States is so wealthy compared to the world. And even the fucking hick in that, you know, single wide ding 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 ding, they are so much better off than economically wise. There's so much opportunity, so much, you know, and sometimes it's embarrassing, literally, because there's different parts of the world. You go to Europe, everybody hates America.
Right.
It's, you know, this Western civilization that we live in. This is the United States is the role model. You go to other fucking places where medicine, education, everything is all Western American ways of doing things. When you go, well, for example, Middle East, I've been there a bunch of times, you know. If you go to Turkey, just go to that side of the world and you'll get a perspective of America that you will never understand, because they were around before we were and they have a different way of seeing things, you know. So the whole new world order, the new way of doing things, and being the United States of who it is, of being that world power, trying to dominate and control everybody, what they do, and how the US dollar is supposed to be like the main currency, or everybody has to speak English and so forth, and, you know, just to do business. The world is a lot smaller than we think. A lot smaller when it comes to that. And technology now, internet based and everything. Now there's kids in these fucking towns now that are probably making $10,000 a month, you know, that they learn that little secret. It really is possible to live a very decent life without the hassles of the American way. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, oh, how about this one? Right? I'm sure you'll enjoy this one. Oh, you're not really that fat. I'm like, oh, thank you. What do you
Is
mean?
that what
Well,
they said to you?
one guy goes, you're not that fat. And I'm like, oh, thank you. I looked at him and, you're not fat either. You know? He goes, no. I didn't mean it like that. I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, everybody in the States is fat. I'm like, yeah. Yes. Everybody in the United States is obese. Yes. I understand that. It is because we are killing ourselves. The country is killing us. Our food system is killing us. And they don't give a shit. You know, now I remember McDonald's when they said 1 million served, 1 billion served. Now it's like, we rule the world.
Yeah.
We're making everybody fat and heart disease and shit. Les Brown.
He said he's the one that said it. You know, we're all digging our graves with our teeth.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That one sticks out still to this day. I heard that like in 2015, and I was like, oh, good God. And I actually changed, I tweaked my eating habits.
Have two. And now I really do. I really double take anything I put in my mouth now. Here, everybody eats bread. Everybody eats arepas and a lot of starches.
I had yesterday.
Yeah. You know, yeah. and I have to, and I'm sure, no problem. I will gladly taste it. I will gladly take a bite, but don't expect me to finish it, because it's just not in my palate anymore.
Right.
You know, I won't disrespect you and not take it, because that's another thing. If you get offered something, you have to take it.
Hmm.
and then figure out what to do with it if you don't want it.
Like it's not my thing. I'm not a bread guy. I'm not a cornmeal guy. I'm
Yeah,
like, and so I'm like, and they're like, yeah, stuff it full of whatever, and then they're like, yeah, that's how you eat. And I'm like, they're so excited about it. And it's like, and I'm like looking around, sticking on my wife's plate, and then she takes it, and she's like, it was, she's like, I eat it, but it's not going to be my choice to go to. I'm just not that person. Like, I don't like the starchy
you know.
stuff that makes my guts bloat. Bro, I had indigestion all damn night. When I think about it, woke up at midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been up all damn night. So whatever. Yeah, my rant about a rapist. I'm like, now my like verbal processing start like it was very nice of them to make that for us. I'll leave it at that. And I tried
Yeah.
it.
No, it's like example. I guess like the goat would be an example. I wasn't looking forward to it. You know what I mean? Because of my past experience with goat, it tasted like
Mm.
piss. I wasn't looking forward to it, but when I tasted it, I was like, wow. I finished the whole plate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I left the yuca, a piece of yuca, a big piece of yuca, and half of a potato. So I left some of the starches, some of the rice. But yeah, we tend to overlook the little things and pay attention too much to other things that doesn't really fucking matter. I guess that's why they say stop and smell the roses. Every life is literally in the details. Um, you learn to appreciate your life so much more. But at the same time, you realize I don't need to do that either. When you realize that you don't have to do any of the shit you do on a daily basis that sometimes you don't even like doing, you don't have to. There is other options, but we are so closed-minded of our way of life because that's all we know, literally. So we're afraid of the unknown. We have to kind of step out into our other boundaries. You know what I mean? That's what I was saying. You know what I mean? And that's what I was saying as far as like, without risk, there's no reward. Without destruction, there's no growth. Without taking a chance, you won't know if you know how to do anything. You can't.
Right.
You know, and that's where I was trying to get that. I'm sorry. As far as the traveling to all inclusive resorts, like okay, and like in Santo Domingo, I could see that because I mean, dude, it's right next to Haiti, right? It's the same fucking country. It's the same piece of land,
Yeah.
and you can tell the difference between one country and the other because one had grass, the other one doesn't.
And they hate
It's
each other.
They hate each other with a passion, and they all look alike. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
So I'm
No.
like, we're the same fucking people,
Well,
just different ways of thinking. Humanity in itself. I've been learning how to read people, I mean, that's the one thing I've been studying, for human psychology. And not because of it's crazy how I love the fact that I can learn a little bit about everything. I like to be a jack of all trades. I really do. I know sometimes it's not good looked upon nicely. I know people ask me all the time, "Oh, what's your profession?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't have one. What do you mean? Well, I own an insurance agency. I fix airplanes. I sell homes and buy homes. I know how to mortgages and what? I'm starting a podcast. I'm writing a book. What? Oh, I'm a dentist. Good for you. I don't have a title. I don't want a title. You know, I like to know a little bit about everything. I like to be able to have a conversation with very educated people about their subjects so I can learn a bit more about it. You know, there's things that I've learned within the last year that I had no clue that it even existed. You know, I've learned more about the human body in the last couple of years. Did you know that you can have a brand new body every year? Every cell
Very so.
every cell in your body gets fucking changed every year. So literally, you know, by the time your birthday comes, you have a brand new birthday suit. But, you know, so why not take full advantage and take care of it and try to fix the shit that's wrong? When you talk about the food, there was like Les Barton was saying that, you know, we're building our graves with our mouths. Well, because of the poison that we're feeding ourselves, that's why I don't eat. You know, I don't eat now because I'm not hungry. But I'm saying I could go a day, and if I force myself, I can go 2 days. But I can go easily 24 hours without eating anything, only drinking water. Easily. Well, we talked that about it already.
Mm-hmm.
So that fixes the bloating. That fixes that fixes your sugar in your system. That fixes the salt content. That fixes a lot of little things. There was a guy who was saying that, you know, if you eat once a day you only eat one meal a day, you probably get sick one time, you know, one time every 5 years or something like that, you know. If you eat one meal every 2 days, you'll probably get sick every, 10 years. If you eat one meal every 3 days, you will never, ever, 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 ever get sick because all the shit is being washed out of your system. There's not enough garbage in the food. It's not building up. Yep. So I don't know how, but I fixed my cholesterol, my triglycerides, all my shit. I fixed all that stuff just because of the way I changed my eating habits. And of course, it is hard with the family. It's like, oh, you know, they'll give you your plate of food. You're like, not really. Yeah, thank you. You're not going to eat. I'm not hungry. You learn not to be hungry. You really learn not to be hungry. Now here, you said you were indigested last night. 2-3 nights ago, I almost died. I ate all day because we were like hopping around and I was just tasting different things. At the end of the night, dude, my stomach was like this up to here and I'm bloated and I'm like, I couldn't figure it out. Like, what the fuck's wrong with me? And it happened while I was cooking. Was cooking dinner for everybody here at the house, like a little snack. 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. Oh my god. How we doing on time, dude? The sun's coming up.
Yeah, no, we're like an hour and 20 minutes in. That's why I said go ahead and wrap it up and then you went on a rant. And I didn't want you to lose your thoughts, so I just let you keep going. So I'm gonna cut this into 2 episodes.
No, leave it into one.